This is the story of me agreeing to get an older woman pregnant and then her trying to ruin my life. Several months later, I received a text from her saying that she hadn't been lucky in love and she wanted a baby before it was too late.
Yo, what's good, baby? This your boy Flint Flossy in the building. So, this wild story came across my timeline. It's been getting a lot of attention, over 15 million views. Man, this dude's story, there's some crazy people out there, cold-blooded, son, just plain evil, and you gotta be careful. But I'm gonna go ahead and let him tell his story, then let you know what's on my mind, you feel me?
This is the story of me agreeing to get an older woman pregnant and then her trying to ruin my life. When I was 23, I had a one-night stand with a girl from my hometown named Maria. We both knew it was nothing more than that, and we didn't speak after. Several months later, I received a text from her saying that she hadn't been lucky in love and she wanted a baby before it was too late. So she asked if I would get her pregnant and I wouldn't have to bear any responsibility, like a sperm donor. I considered it, and I first thought no, but after some time to think about it, I thought it'd be the right thing to do for someone struggling.
You see that right there. You just can't be throwing your nut around, man. Just busting nuts all over the place, just throwing your nuts around, man. You gotta be like this happy squirrel. You know why the squirrel's so happy? Because he's protecting his nut. He's valuing his nut. He knows if the wrong lady squirrel gets his nut, that's 18 years worth of child support payments. And that's the least of your worries if she's really crazy. She can put you through straight hell, son. Now, if you were in a serious relationship with someone, and you know what I'm saying, y'all used to get it popping, y'all were in love, you used to do a raw stiggity, and boom, she get preggo. I get it, stuff happens. But you just gonna willingly give away your nut to a one-night stand shorty, like on purpose, not even like accident, like oops, my bad. Hell no.
So we filled out an ironclad agreement, and basically I wouldn't be responsible at all. A while later, she told me she was ovulating, and then a few weeks after that, she told me she was pregnant and it had worked. I went back to California for work, and we didn't speak after that. Unbeknownst to me, she contacted my family behind my back and invited them to the baby shower. They then began getting dinner or whatever regularly, and as she got to know my parents started encouraging me to be in the baby's life, and once I found out it was a little girl, I thought it was the right thing to do. I flew home to be there for the birth, and I got a tattoo of our daughter's middle name before she was born. After our daughter was born, Maria wanted us to be together and be a family, and when I said I didn't want to do that, she wouldn't let me see my daughter. My main source of income at the time was the Airbnb that I owned, and she said this a few months after she was born. I felt bad, so I let her move in for several months, rent-free. Once she moved out, she told me this: I've never done anything to warrant supervised visits, but I agreed to keep the peace. I would come home as often as I could to see our daughter, and things were usually okay when I was there. These are all from her Facebook. One Halloween, I didn't want to wear matching costumes with Maria, so she wouldn't let me see my daughter for a while. And when our daughter was being baptized, I drove a 14-hour round trip from Nashville to attend. And because I didn't want to see Maria the night before, she didn't allow me to come to the baptism at all. Soon after this, she served me with child support, saying that our original contract wasn't valid because our daughter didn't have a social security number yet. And I didn't fight her on it. I didn't have the time. I was living away. I ended up paying her $10,000 up front and $750 a month. I was able to move home soon after that, and I began seeing our daughter regularly. Everything was going really well until I got a girlfriend. Even though she had a boyfriend who was regularly around our daughter, she said that my girlfriend couldn't be around our daughter. I was able to get our daughter for an afternoon, and Maria asked what I was doing. I told her that I was with my girlfriend, and we were at Lowe's together. She freaked out. I said I'd bring her daughter back to her as soon as we were done, but instead Maria drove to Lowe's, apparently called my dad, and was running up and down the aisle screaming. I don't know what actually happened, but she was freaking out, just blowing up my phone, thinking she was in danger. And keep in mind, my girlfriend is a mom as well as a nurse. Our daughter was never in any danger. When I offered Maria and my girlfriend to get to know each other so they'd be comfortable, with my daughter being around, she immediately said no and called my girlfriend a word that rhymes with chore. and refused to get to know her. Maria then made a public post saying that I was a deadbeat dad and that I hadn't seen our daughter in weeks. Here I am with our daughter just a few days prior to this post. I also left my best friend's bachelor party a day early so I could be home for Father's Day, and she still wouldn't allow me to see her. She even said this to my grandmother. She had her friends comment mean things on my girlfriend's social media multiple times, even though my girlfriend has never been anything but nice to Maria. Because Maria tends to do this, I want to make sure that she doesn't twist the story and make it seem like I abandoned our daughter. I recently found out that our daughter isn't mine. I don't know who the dad is, but I've had 2 paternity tests done, and they both say this. I believed Maria when she told me that I was the only possible father. The situation was weird, but I was always happy to be a dad. I know that Maria already knew she was pregnant. She had to have, when she asked me to get her pregnant. I didn't think that was something that someone would lie about to another human being. Not only to me, but my entire family as well. Everybody's distraught about this. Maria, I allowed you to paint me as the villain and you as the victim for years to keep peace, but I hope you know that the only victim here is your child.
Wow. Wow. Straight diabolical, son. Dirty. Dirty. But you know what? I knew where this story was going. Once he started talking about they had an agreement and, he wasn't supposed to be responsible for the child, yada, yada. I was like, okay, sure, buddy. One golden rule I've always known about women, and of course, there's always outliers. Everyone's not the exact same. I get it. But one thing I've learned about majority of women, and this applies to the good ones and hey, the not so good ones, is they are held captive by their emotions. Now, some are more self-aware and balanced and can handle it pretty well. Those are the ones you want in your life. And some are just, can't handle it at all. And those are the crazy ones. But anyway, once you accept this general rule, you don't really take things as personal. When I was younger, there was often times I would get in my feelings about things, like a girl telling me, hey, I like you, I'm feeling you, I can't wait to come see you, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. I'm like, oh yeah, it's going down, you feel me? I'm with it. And then the next week, she acting completely different. Like she never told me that. So I'm confused. I'm like, yo, what? She just told me this on Monday. Now she acting different. Did she lie to me? Is she a liar? But a lot of times, some be lying, okay? But a lot of the times it's like, hey, she didn't necessarily lie to me. That's how she felt at that particular moment. And her actions are loyal to her emotions. Now back to the homie situation. When a woman has a child, she goes into survival mode by nature. So yeah, when they had the agreement, she probably genuinely felt that way at that particular moment. But guess what? The child is born now and I changed my mind, chump. That's exactly what she thinking. Like, yeah, I said that before, but that was then, this is now. This is how I feel now. But to sum it all up, what she did was super dirty. I think at that point of her life, she did want a child. She seen this young dude that she was relatively familiar with. Felt like he make a good guy, good genes, good provider. She was getting her coochie walls painted by another dude on the side because she wanted to double her chances of pregnancy because that was her main priority, getting pregnant. But she always knew she had a gullible sucker in her pocket. So whoever the baby belonged to, it didn't matter. She was always going to say it was his. And the more he gave in and gave her money or whatever she wanted, the farther she was going to go. And if he didn't give her what she wanted, whether it be money or attention, she planned to make him suffer. Truly a cold-blooded individual. Woo! I could see why she was having trouble finding love all that time. Toxic. But let me know what y'all think about this. I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts about this story. Like helps with the algorithm. Comment, subscribe. Till next time, baby, I'm out.